on his knuckles so that he can like light matches off of his knuckles and shit.
Why?
No. Why?
Why not?
WikiPod! 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 Now it's WikiPod!
And the train doesn't stop rolling. It just keeps on rolling.
What the bugger?
Rolling.
I don't know what he says.
Rolling.
Nothing about it.
Rolling. Now breathe in, now breathe out.
It's all about the he said, she said bullshit.
Different song. This is not a Limp Bizkit podcast. This is the
Limp Bizkit podcast.
WikiPod with your hosts.
Okay.
With your hosts.
I forgot what day it was.
It's okay.
It's not the Limp Bizkit podcast.
Who are the hosts?
You're PJ.
And you're?
I think I'm Guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are the Wes Borland to my DJ Lethal.
Oh, okay. So none of us are Fred Durst.
Mm-mm.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
I don't mind being
We both
Wes
have
Borland.
a thirst. We both have a thirst.
Yeah.
But it is not for the Durst. Folks,
should we announce our Limp Bizkit podcast?
we don't have a Limp Bizkit podcast. We're not going to do a Limp Bizkit
Not that
podcast.
you know of.
It's
secret.
called the Chocolate Starfish and the Pod Dog, or the Hot Pod Flavored Water. Hot Pod Flavored Water.
All things Limp Bizkit, everybody.
Hey, actually, I had zero interest in doing a Limp Bizkit podcast. If we do, we should have listener Dash. Shout out listener Dash onto the pod. I'm in a Limp Bizkit appreciation group chat with Dash.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
There's stuff to appreciate about them.
A lot. Their
The
music's
cover
really good.
of that Faith song was really good.
That's great. George Michael did a better version of it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it would be nice
If
if I could touch your body. I know now everybody has got a body like me.
What about Behind Blue Eyes?
Sucks.
Did you have a Fred Durst?
Bad cover. A valley in the a valley in the output of the Limp Bizkit. Yes.
All right. Yeah. So.
Did he watch?
Yeah. Did he watch? Nothing's happened. It's getting old.
It's a dumb bit.
Yeah, but you know what? I'd
say early on into this being a bit, I was always trying to steamroll past it into categories, Guy, and you would always correct me and say, "No, Diddy, we have to do Diddy Watch."
I know. I'm getting tired of it myself.
You're the one that now I can't wait to get to it.
Here's
it's my favorite part of the pod.
Here's the problem with the Diddy Watch is like every day now.
Mm-hmm.
Like on my Roku like homepage, it has like a Diddy documentary popping up. That's not
Diddy.
Yeah, it's Roku putting up.
It's everybody trying to get paid. You know, you can't be a hater.
It
guy.
literally has
This is an
nothing
apolitical
about
podcast.
Diddy
Can't be a
in it.
hater.
Nothing about Diddy in it.
Of course not. Why would
I want to see Diddy media. I want to see all the fun things.
You're gonna have to dig it out yourself, then, brother.
I just don't want to do any of the work.
They don't want the real story coming out because everybody's implicated in it. It's Jeffrey Epstein all over again.
I wish we had Luigi Watch, but that's depressing.
It's adjacent. Luigi Watch is very adjacent. He's out of the mainstream media. They
literally spend all their time trying to keep him out of the mainstream media
because they at first tried to villainize him and make him look like a bad guy.
It didn't work at all
because they're completely out of touch with everybody in society who was like, no, this guy rocks.
We need more of him.
Yeah, he's a fucking he's a hard dick warrior that is like the fucking coolest. He's into really weird kind of like center right style rationalist talking points. It's kind of like on the cusp of being like transhumanist. Are you aware of the transhumanist movement, Guy?
I'm not.
It's like what Elon Musk and Jeffrey Epstein, interestingly enough, are all about. It's like kind of like they're like accelerationists where they're trying to bring about the end of the world to like bring about the next step in human evolution.
I do not like that.
Yeah, no, they're trying to have as many
stupid.
kids as humanly possible so that they can like propagate like the world, populate the new world with their DNA. It's like a weird combination of like technocratic technocracy and oh fuck my ass, what's it called?
I don't know.
Goddamn, eugenics.
Oh, eugenics. Okay.
Yeah. Either way, scary, not cool, weird. This is an apolitical podcast, by the way, and you should know, listener, that accelerationism is weird and not cool.
Yeah, but Luigi is cool.
He is cool because, hey, listen, broken clocks right twice a day.
Yeah, and
he had the opportunity to take out a healthcare CEO, and he fucking went for it.
Yeah, don't don't forget him. Keep it in the.
He could
back
have
of
done
your
it. He
mind.
could have very easily not got caught. All he had to do was collaborate with other people. Have you seen the movie How to Blow Up a Pipeline yet, guy?
No.
We should watch that when we're done recording.
All right, cool. I'm down with that.
Listener, you should watch the movie How to Blow Up a Pipeline. It's not nearly as popular as it ought to be.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic movie. It's like edge of your seat, kind of like Wages of Fear style.
Okay.
It's
Is it a documentary or
no? It's
a narrative?
It's a fiction. It's
okay, cool.
work of fiction.
I
Fantastic. It's great.
I'll check it out. I just don't want us to forget what Luigi has done for us, and
I feel like he woke a lot of people up.
I do too, and I just think I think a lot of people are also realizing that he's being like his information about him is being suppressed heavily, and mainly because they know that they do not have the ability to twist the narrative. There's not like they don't have like something bad to put out there about him. The only bad thing they thought was like bad enough is that he killed a man who had a family. But
Fucking whoop.
The man that he killed was a monster.
You know who
Literal
else had a
monster.
family? You know who else had a family?
All 300,000 of those denied claims.
Yeah.
All those people had family.
Absolutely.
They all died, probably.
Oh, the point I was going to say was Goebbels had a family.
Oh, Goebbels. Yeah, that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Another monster. Like,
That's what I'm saying, dude. Fuck
my
these
God.
people.
It
And
is-
it's like, if you want to be upset about being compared to a Nazi, maybe don't make a living off of like deciding whether or not people live or die. Like, fuck yourself.
or better yet, like,
Like, it pisses me off
you
so
know-
fucking badly because it's just like, it's basic morality.
I-
Where it's just like, oh, it's just a job, and it's just like, fuck, it's not.
It's
just
not
a
just a
job.
job.
You made
You have a
you
choice.
worked really hard to get into a certain position, and you either completely ignored or completely rationalized the evil that you're fucking doing.
Yeah, well,
Fuck you.
you know
And
what
this
they did-
includes you, listener.
Yeah.
I'm gonna channel this rage away from our corporate overlords that really destroy us, and I'm gonna redirect it in a very unhealthy way, guy. I'm going to redirect it at our fucking shitheel listeners. Fuck you. You're all a bunch of fucking useless pieces of shit, and I hate your guts.
yeah, I mean,
Not you, Dash. You're cool.
we're not happy with our listeners right now.
Except Dash.
Except for Dash, apparently. I don't know Dash, but I mean, it sounds
You would love Dash.
Dash, you sound
I've
lovely.
invited Dash onto the show to be a
Oh,
guest.
good. That's fine.
And
I forgot to call
you'd get-
Andy. I invited Andy, but he wouldn't have came
Listener
today.
Andy is also a guest. Fuck you, though, Andy. I'm not scared of Andy at all.
Why? But why? Like,
I could beat him
is
up,
there a
no
reason to
problem.
be scared of him?
Yeah.
Why?
I
I
don't know,
love
'cause
Andy.
he's a moron?
We share a birthday.
He's a moron. One of my favorite birthday situations ever was when I joined you two for your birthday celebration at the Cheesecake Factory. It was the one and only time I ever dined at the Cheesecake Factory.
I think it's.
Blew my mind. I wasn't expecting it.
I didn't know that I forgot that we did that.
We did that.
I think I've only been to the Cheesecake Factory 2 times.
One of them was with me. And
Oh
Andy.
wow!
Mm-hmm.
It must have
Aaron
been
was
terrible.
there. I believe it was you, me, Sean, Aaron, and Andy.
Yeah, that sounds like an excellent crew.
It was great. I had a
good.
great time.
Good,
Blew
yeah,
my
yeah.
mind.
Ah,
It was
cool,
before I went vegetarian too, so I was able to go ham
Oh, cool,
on that fucking phone book of a menu they
dude.
have.
The worst menu. It's terrible.
Huge.
How's anybody like
Every
listen,
item is like 8,000 calories.
Look, listen. We like there's a like diners. We get diners. Diners have everything. That makes sense.
R.I.P. 24-hour diners.
Yeah, I know. New Jersey really fucked that up.
Yeah, we fucked it. We screwed
COVID
the pooch on that
through
one.
COVID.
No, I don't blame COVID. I blame it the shitty ownership of the diners. I feel like that's something we're never getting back. The
I
24-hour
know.
diner.
It really bums me out because the 24-hour diner was.
It was so crucial.
amazing.
It was important. It was
Yeah.
important. I feel it was an important identifier of New Jersey, and it was something that was ours. You know,
Yeah, like pork roll.
Taylor Ham.
Anyway, we're gonna go
Categories.
Yeah, categories.
I'm gonna go with musical instruments, guy.
All right.
Shitty. It's a shitty choice. It's boring. It's easy, obviously, because we're surrounded by musical instruments. But
it's probably not gonna hit.
don't give a shit. Don't
That's
care.
all right. I'm gonna go with Jesus Christ. Religious text.
Nice. Religious text. I believe it is your turn to pick
Yeah,
random.
let me go pull this stupid thing up.
Yeah, I got something for you to pull on, pal.
Zing!
Oh! I really hope this becomes a regular thing. Is the Andrew Dice
Yo, it really is. It's one of the most fun things to do.
Oh, speaking of stand-up comedians, there's a stand-up comedian who's from Tom's River that I think we should like try to get onto the seriously try to get down
Was that
here.
Dimitri Martin?
No. Is he live in Tom's River?
Yeah, I think. Well, he doesn't
that's
live
crazy.
here, but he's from
I
there.
was saying Bob Levy, the Reverend Bob Levy. You know him from the Howard Stern show?
Oh, well, the other Bob Levy who used to be on WOBM, he's dead.
R.I.P. R.I.P. No, I'm talking about Reverend Bob Levy.
Okay, we can get him on.
Mhm.
He's kind of he's like sub-famous.
No, he's famous. He's the Reverend Bob Levy.
I don't know.
It's your loss. I'll show you some Bob Levy stuff after.
Okay,
this.
random.
I saw him do stand up in Point Pleasant, and I was screaming, laughing, like causing a scene. I was laughing so hard.
You think he'll come down to this basement and sit in an uncomfortable
I
spot?
would hope so. Reverend Bob Levy, if you're listening, I'm a giant fan of yours, and I would love you to come on.
All right.
Let's do it.
Oh, we got a person.
Oh no,
Glenda Anthony.
What Anthony?
Glenda Anthony.
Glenda. You ever
Yeah.
see Glenn or Glenda?
Yeah, actually. Who's the guy that made
Ed
that movie?
Wood.
Ed Wood. Yeah.
We got a New Zealand mathematics teacher.
Yeah.
we got an academic.
Glenda Joy Anthony is a New Zealand mathematics teaching academic. She is currently a full professor at the Massey University.
A Kiwi. Shout out to New Zealand.
Yeah, shout out to New Zealand. New Zealand is a.
It rocks.
I really want to go there.
It rocks.
It does it.
Rocks.
Rocks.
It rocks.
It rocks.
This is a joke from I'm copying a joke from Flight of the Conchords. There was a poster in their manager Murray's office. It says New Zealand, and it's a picture of like a hillside that's full of rocks, and it says rocks. It does though. I've never been to New Zealand. I would love to go.
Yeah, I kind of want to go. I buy lots of fish from New Zealand in certain periods of the year.
Well, like what kind of fish we talking?
Like oysters. I like to buy the New Zealand West Coast. They're a New Zealand. They take a West Coast species, a Japanese oyster, and grow them down there in the Indian Ocean side. And
Fascinating.
it is. They are phenomenal oyster. Cockles, New Zealand cockles. Yeah.
What is a cockle?
It's a tiny clam.
Okay.
And there's lots of there's like the green shell mussels are a very good mussel. Lots of stuff that comes out. Almost everything that comes out of New Zealand is quite wonderful.
Nice.
Like
nice.
it's very very well managed and sustainable fisheries. They've got their shit down.
It seems like in general New Zealand's kind of like on the right side of like how to handle
Everything.
Yeah, on how to like
Everything?
handle being like
A human in
a
this
part
world.
of this world.
Yeah, New Zealand. Like a lot of, I'll say this: most countries have a much better resource management
A
style.
political podcast.
This
guy.
is not politically speaking. This is just
Fair
factual.
enough. Fair enough.
But anyway, we got
We're
a
just
table.
observing and reporting, folks.
Yeah,
Observing
we got a
and
table
reporting.
for Glenda Anthony. It's other names is Glenda Joy Anthony,
Yeah, we
alma
got-
mater, Massey University, awards, Murga.
It's like MAGA.
Yeah, but it's Murga.
But it's like it's that silly meme where it's like
yeah.
Murga,
Murga.
Murga.
Career Research Medal. You can take it from Scientific Career.
I can and I will. Scientific career fields: mathematics, pedagogy. What's pedagogy?
I don't know. We might learn though.
But
That's a cool word.
Pedagogy.
It's not pedophilia or anything weird like that. I think
Heaven to God. I hope it isn't.
yeah. That is the last thing we want to do.
Not a fun subject
my
to
God,
discuss,
It's
honestly.
the fucking worst.
Yeah, not fun.
There's so many
institutions. There are plenty, and I don't like.
They're all famous people. It fucking sucks.
No, there's a lot of non-famous pedophiles out there too.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's a big issue.
Like
Child abuse is like a nightmare.
God.
I really like. It's really upsetting. It's not fun. It's not infotaining either. It is informative though.
Yeah.
It's important to remember, folks. I feel like there's a big culture of like, there's that kill your local pedophile t-shirt. And there's this whole framing of pedophilia as being like an outsider coming in and attacking like the family unit.
It's never that.
It's always within. Like pedophilia is like broadly, majorly like an issue of like a family member or a close family friend being able to abuse a child. And it's it's very depressing. And
we
it's a
don't
very
want to talk about it, but all of a sudden we're talking about it.
Well, you brought it up, so I kind of blame you, guy.
All
And
right.
listener, you're listening, so I'm also
Fuck
blaming you
you.
for continuing to listen, you piece of shit. Why are you listening to two guys talk about pedophilia in an undisclosed location in Tom's River? It's not fun. Did you just fart?
I tried.
What happened?
I farted.
You try saying I tried implies that you didn't.
No, I got there.
Well, you tried and you succeeded.
Yeah.
Folks, this is not a fart podcast either. So we got Institute's Massey University thesis, Learning Strategies in Mathematics Education from 1994. Academic advisors.
Oh, okay, I know what a pedagogy.
What's pedagogy?
I think it has to do with what's called mathematic teaching. Okay? Like
Gotcha.
that's why the ped there, which implies children.
Feet.
Fee is the child part.
Feet.
No, feet is not.
Ped. Feet. Pedal. Feet. Pedestrian. Feet.
Yeah, but I think it has to do with ped as in.
I think it has to do with
younger.
little kids' feet.
Oh,
I think
gross.
this lady's into little kids' feet.
No, I don't think so. Academic advisors.
Glenda Anthony, if you're listening to this, I'm joking. I'm not saying that you're into little kids' feet. It's
We're kind of cool with teachers, even though
I love teachers.
yeah,
school
I like
sucks,
teachers,
but
but
school
schools
sucks.
is just not like.
No, school's a bad place, but that's because of the fact that this is an apolitical podcast, because we have a capitalist organization of the economy. So school is inherently going to act as a training
I
ground.
guess
to
American
be,
school?
it's a training ground for how children should be good, obedient workers,
Yeah.
rather than actually a place of like
Learning and being
like
able to
actual
express
like
yourself.
learning and self-empowering. You know,
Yeah, well-
it's why they teach us shit like the Indians taught us how to grow corn. And it's also like how like they don't give us like a definitive like definition of what fascism is and how it ties into like the definition of fascism is very simply like the collaboration of the state and private corporations.
Yeah.
And Mussolini himself said a more appropriate word for fascism would be corporatism, and that's something that they didn't teach us in school.
Yeah, and they try to keep it out of.
Yeah, they try to
keep it out of public knowledge.
Yeah,
like,
they just try to keep it like sort of nebulous. This is an apolitical podcast, by
They
the way.
try not to say fascists. Like
and they don't specifically
Oh my gosh.
ascribe fascism as a right wing ideology. They make it like sort of a nebulous sort of term and make it synonymous with authoritarianism.
overusing the words to a point to make it have less meaning and less power. Like to call.
That's
like,
the thing about language in general.
It's just-
Language
yeah.
is very fluid.
I know,
so-
but and then
And they weaponize that.
and they weaponize that, and they also they figured out how to censor, how we talk about things. Like you can't, like you don't say rape on Instagram because your post will get flagged. You say grape. You don't say like it's changing
I
the
can
words.
say whatever I want.
You can, but your posts you'll get shadow banned.
Oh, I get
Like,
shadow banned constantly. It's
you're
very
already
funny. Yeah.
But like that's what they're doing. They're trying to.
There was
like,
one day where my stories when I'm not being before October 7th, I would get shadow banned occasionally because I was talking about Palestine a lot in everything else I was
Yeah.
talking about on Instagram. But after October 7th, I would normally get on my, I'm not trying to brag anything, but my stories would usually get around 400 to 500 views. After October 7th, on average, my view count on my stories is only around like 100. And I don't know how much of that has to do with shadow banning or how much it has to do with people not wanting to click on my stories anymore. No fucking clue. No idea. Could be one or the other. But every now and then, my story counts when I don't post about Palestine so much. My view counts go back up to around 400 views in a day. And I'm like, the fuck's going on over here?
It's I think.
And after Trump got elected, I had a whole day where my view counts wouldn't go above 40.
Yeah, it's crazy. Have you, did you read 1984?
Yeah.
You remember when the I think it's the Ministry of Truth, and their whole mission is to shrink the language down to as minimal as there, so people can't express themselves anymore. So like instead of being upset about what the government's doing, because you can't be upset about it anymore, it becomes the government is doing. You know, the government is doing this, and there's no expression. It's wild, but like I think a lot about that book and about like what's going on
George
social
Orwell
media.
killed fascists in Spain.
Yeah, he rules.
Yeah, George, and I hate how like Well, this is an apolitical podcast, so we should probably move him back towards the center, which is what apolitical podcasts do with him.
Yeah. All right,
Let's get back to reality, guy. We're an apolitical centrist podcast.
Yeah.
George Orwell, he's like he didn't like fascists or communists. He didn't like either of them.
Like
if you think about it, 1984 is more of a critique of communism than it is of fascism.
he definitely would say.
Jury's out.
He would say communism in there because like that was the big bad name of the time, but he wasn't like the way that like people like anti-fascists like used the word communism in like the 30s, 40s, 50s and 60s wasn't really like it wasn't to express against communism, it was to express against like fascism and authoritarianism. Like it was just like because he actually practiced some of the same things that he wrote about, where like taking words that have one meaning and then all of a sudden they have another meaning, and it actually.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's just like he's correctly identifying that like modes of authoritarianism, they will just like dilute language until you can't effectively communicate a point anymore, and that's something that like we're seeing now with like everything.
It's happening on social media like. All
of
the
course.
time,
everything gets twisted to mean the complete opposite of what it used to mean, and it's fine. It doesn't matter. Like it's fine. Like we still get to podcast and like hang out and make money.
But that's what they do.
Spend all of our money on shit that we absolutely need to survive.
They push. They push the arts out. They push like people who are expressive because they want. They vilify people with opinions.
Oh yeah, vilifying humanities as an academic thing, saying that it has no use because they see anything if there's no profit motive to a profession, then they see it as useless because it's stupid, it's narrow-minded, and it's fucking. This is an apolitical podcast, folks, and we're going to continue talking about.
We're talking about an academic, and we
absolutely
got academic.
This dumb broad's academic career. After a master's degree, a PhD, learning and strategies in mathematics education at Massey University, Anthony joined the staff at Massey and rose to be a full professor in 2010. Take it, guy.
Anthony's research focuses on finding new ways to teach mathematics, including moving away from the ability groups and peer teaching.
Fuck knows if that means. In 2013, Anthony was the first New Zealand recipient.
Oh, I know what ability groups and peer teaching.
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, ability groups is like tracking. You know how, like they track in schools where they put people in who have different ability, like different like levels of mathematic training.
Like hunting, like tracking deer through.
No,
the woods?
like tracking in like your first track, second track, third track, like in like high school and and that's what the ability groups mean. They're saying that because like some people have lower ability in math and they would group them together, which just does not act like tracking is actually
stupid.
Tracking is bad.
Yeah, no, I got put in middle school. The way that they fast track kids was they just took kids who had good grades in general and put them in advanced math. They put them in pre-algebra a year early, and I wasn't motivated by that. It was something I was like good at because I was good at following directions, but I wasn't like motivated to take that next step. So I fucked it, and I was just like I was horrible at it, and then I just got put back. I was taken out of the advanced track and just put back in normal fucking mode. Which like still also like didn't really affect me that much. I was still, I don't know. School's fucking stupid.
I think their whole like system like it does not like it isn't designed. It's designed to produce cogs in a machine. It is not designed to produce people who think freely.
No, it teaches. The Feeders put it perfectly in their song 1984. Hey,
yeah.
Do you listen to the Feeders?
I've heard them. I don't really listen to them.
You should listen to the album "Have You Ever Felt Like Killing Your Boss" by the Feeders. It's one of my favorites. Untouchable, just masterful punk album, and they have a great line. What did they say about school? You go to school for 12 years just to learn one thing: how not to mind being bossed. That's it. You learn to follow orders and blah blah blah, something. Anyway, Fears were really cool. The singer Frank Discussion, he grew his fingernails out, so they were like claws, like fingernails that were as long as his fingers.
Was he a guitar player? Or was
he would strum super fast like a guitar, like a punk guitar player.
But with
but with fingernails.
That's
so
cool.
he wasn't playing like classical
flamenco.
guitar.
No, but he was.
It's this insane
good style.
Insane, unreplicable tone. I'm pretty sure he played a Dan Electro.
Dan Electros are excellent guitars.
You hate Rickenbackers though.
Hate them. Hate them.
Love Dan Electros.
Love Dan Electros.
Do you have any Dan Electro right hand 12-string guitars? I kind of want to get one of those because they're within my budget. And I do want to have a 12.
Find one for you.
I want to have a 12-string guitar before I die, and I think Dan Electro might be the way to go.
I hate 12-string guitars, but they are.
They seem like a pain.
They are a huge, like nightmarish pain, but they are the way to go.
The sound is untouchable.
It is. I have a pedal that does it, but it's not as.
I
good.
don't want to do that. That sounds bad.
Well, it's just like if you want to hear the idea, that's how I like.
Yeah, but
do it.
no one wants to hear the idea. They want to hear the real thing. They want to hear the harmonizing.
I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, so Merger Career Research, metal, mathematics, education professor Jody Hunter was a student of Anthony's. You know who Jody Hunter is?
I do not know. She's got a hyperlink. We're not going to hit it.
Nope.
All right, we're going to selected works. This is a list of her.
Selected works?
Yeah, selected works. We got Walshar, Margaret, and Glenda Anthony. The teacher's role in the classroom discourse. A review of recent research into mathematics in classrooms. Review of educational research. 78, number 3, 2008, 516 to 551.
Nice.
She's,
And then we got
she is like she's an educator. She's an educator who's educating, who's trying to figure out a better way of educating. It seems like she's like focused on
not rocks.
and mathematics is a very important thing. Like I think that's something that actually should be taught.
The Minutemen said God bows to math.
Yeah,
math is extraordinarily crucial in like
important
our
literacy.
in a way to like sort of universally understand like systems and the world around us and like abstractions, and it's like it's beyond important that we as a human species are on the same page with everybody else on it.
It's the only language that breaks all barriers.
Absolutely. And shout out to the Arab world for inventing much of what we know to be modern mathematics. The numbers, algebra.
Yep. The algebra, the
pretty much all of it set the groundwork for it. So.
I think. Well, I mean, like that. It came out of that world, out of the Middle East, pretty much entirely.
Totally.
I don't think it was just Arabs, because I'm pretty sure the
Persians,
the Hebrews came up with the number 0, the numeral 0.
Okay.
They didn't have
the
that
Ashkenazi
before.
Jews.
It might have been the Ashkenazis actually, and then like in Asia, I think they
had the abacus.
Is that the calculator? The first calculator? Yeah.
Shout out the beads on a stick. Did you have an abacus growing up when you were a kid?
Yes, absolutely.
Did you understand how it worked?
No,
No, just played it with it like a toy?
I loved it.
Same.
I shook it because it sounded like a,
it was the
shaker.
best.
It was cool. It was also fun to just spin the weight.
To spin them and shook them back and forth. Take 2 and go shk, and then take 4 and be like shk. It's fucking awesome.
Yep.
Then we got Anthony G. and M. Walshall, effective pedagogy and Pangarao mathematics, best evidence synthesis iteration BES 2007.
We need to look up pedagogy.
You pretty much figured it out. It's
I think I'm right, but
teaching of mathematics.
Yeah, Anthony, Glenda, Margaret Walsh. I hope we get her in a future podcast because
absolutely,
so we can just complete it, because it seems like they wrote a lot together. Characteristics of effective teaching of mathematics: A View from the West, Journal of Mathematics Education 2, number 2, 2009, 147 to 164.
Nice. We got Anthony, Glenda, Active Learning in a Constructivist Framework, Educational Studies in Mathematics 31, number 4, 1996, 349 to 369.
And we got over here, we have Anthony Glenda, Factors Influencing First-Year Students' Success in Mathematics, International Journal of Mathematical Education in Science and Technology, 31, number 1, 2000, 3 through 14.
Nice. And then we got a pretty decent reference list here. So we got number 1.
Oh, God damn it.
It's fine, guy. Quit your bitching.
I
Quit
fucking
complaining.
hate this shit.
Quit. Yeah, well, this is why. Listen, it's not called work because it's easy, brother. It's not called work
It
because
is
it's
feeling
easy.
a lot more like work lately because the listeners are such fucking assholes.
That's fine.
I
Who
just
cares?
don't. I don't feel like helping them. Like,
Yeah, are you getting joy out of producing this?
I mean, a little late.
Then you just focus on the joy, brother.
Okay.
Focus on the joy, brother,
I'd
and
be a
they'll get
lot-
you through.
A lot more.
Think of
joy-
it like a magic carpet, and it's bringing you through the flames and the adversity.
Okay.
You know. So number 1, we got Hunter Biden. No, I'm kidding. Hunter.
Where's Hunter?
Oh.
Where's Hunter?
Yeah, fuck, who gives a shit? Hunter Biden, if you're listening right now, can you bring here? I've never smoked crack before, but I'll smoke crack with you, bro.
Yeah.
I'll smoke crack with you, bro.
He
It's
definitely.
fine.
If he's listening to this podcast, he's smoking crack.
I wonder how he feels about like being like the main reason his dad couldn't get a second term.
It wasn't the main reason.
It was.
No, I mean, the man was dead.
Hunter Biden, if you're listening to this, it's your fault. It's
Listen,
your fault your dad lost.
I don't think it's your fault, Hunter. I definitely think a little bit your fault.
Hunter
but-
Biden probably is as genocidal to the Palestinians as his father is, though. Let's be real.
Ugh.
He definitely is like as like excited at the idea of like just complete dispersal of the Palestinian
Hunter was
population.
totally guilty of everything they said too, because he took
Oh
the
yeah,
pardon.
1,000%.
Yeah, he was also guilty of taking bribes. And
Sure.
so
He got a
the
pardon,
whole
though.
Biden, the whole Biden,
The Biden
crime family.
crime family. Absolutely.
God damn it! Like, fucking. This is why the I'm putting quotation marks of the left because it's not really the left. This
Just
is
say
why
the Democratic Party.
This is why the
Say
center,
the Democratic Party.
the Democratic Party, the most center right party that we have right now.
No, they're not even center right. They're just right. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't say they were center right. I'm saying the most center right.
That's
Which means
why I
they're
think
just right.
saying left and right is fucking stupid. Like
I know.
they're-
Well, anyway,
yeah,
the dumbest party in the world, like
absolutely,
like just
losers.
like huge losers. Like
Yep.
you couldn't beat a fucking funny man con artist like
Nope.
faux emperor, like fascist dictator.
Speak on that. Speak on that.
What is that?
I'm snapping my fingers and saying, "Speak on that."
Oh, is that something you? Is
I'm
that,
encouraging you to speak on that.
oh, well, I'm done.
Oh, that was it.
That was it. I hate
Number 3, profession. This is an apolitical
number
podcast.
2. You're on number 2.
Shut the fuck up. 3.
I'm going Professor Anthony, Professor Glenda Anthony, Professor Massey University, Massey ACNZ, retrieved February 2nd, 2018.
3, professorial promotions at Massey University, 27 January 2010, retrieved 23 February 2021.
Anthony Glenda, 1991, learning approaches and study patterns of distant education students in mathematics, microform, master thesis, Massey Research Online, Massey University, HDL 10179/12891.
And then 5, we got Anthony Glenda, 1994, learning strategies in mathematics education, doctoral thesis. Massey Research Online, Massey University, HDL 10179-3862.
Number 6, John Griston.
Sure.
Jurston. 2016. Kids aren't developing problem-solving skills. Radio News New Zealand.
I agree.
RadioNZ.co.nz. Retrieved 2 February.
You're
2018. Do you know how
you
crazy?
never have this problem.
But no, I always have this problem. Like, why don't
that
just
was
go,
the most pronounced the problem's ever been.
just say February 2nd. Like, be regular.
I've got to say, speaking of being regular, poo-poo. 7, we got mass teaching, not a zero-sum game. Massey University, massey.ac.nz. Actually, since New Zealand, it would be NZ. But anyway, 28 February 2013, retrieved 2nd February 2018.
John Gersten. John.Gersten at radionz.co.nz.
Don't email him, listener. Do not email him.
2 November 2014. Insight for 2 November 14. Math and science not hitting the mark. RadioNZ.co.nz. Retrieved 2 February 2018.
Nice. And then 9, we got, 9 to noon.
Ooh.
Dude, a 9 to noon school day? 9 to noon work day.
They're trying to switch that up. Bernie Sanders is putting in.
Of course. Dude,
a 32-hour work week. I mean, it's
and pay me more.
We'll pay you the same.
No,
and
pay
get-
me more. Pay me more. I
mean,
want more
I-
pay,
I-
less
I-
hours.
I
I
mean,
want more
honestly,
pay, less hours.
I do too.
This is an
But
apolitical
I'm
podcast.
going to take what I can get right now.
Apolitical podcast. More more pay, less hours. Fuck you. Fuck you. If you're a business owner, suck my fucking dick. I don't give a shit about you. It's not that fucking
I'm a business
important.
owner.
Hey, yeah, well, guy, you're right here.
I'm not. I don't want to
It's just us two, pal. Just you, me, my dick.
Not
Let's
today.
go.
Nah,
We still got references to go through.
I know.
I'm just kidding, guy. I don't want that to happen.
I know. The whole
You look
middle,
very troubled.
The whole middle of our thing like looks weird to me on our.
Do you think your mic clipped out?
Yeah, I didn't, but like, I don't know what the fuck.
You probably just changed your sitting position or speaking.
I was
more
probably
directly
talking
into
low.
it.
I moved up closer. I'm gonna have to like fuck with this thing like hard, but it's
You
okay.
don't really have to. It doesn't matter.
You remember the last? Did you hear the last one that I said? That?
No.
Oh my god, it was terrible.
Well,
But people told me about it.
We
It was
should
hilarious.
just wear fucking headphones, and it'll solve this problem.
I don't want to wear headphones.
Can I?
Yeah, you can.
God damn. Then I can tell you if your shit's fucked up.
Yeah, you could do that.
All right. Well, starting next time, I don't feel like wearing headphones
No.
either, to be honest. I've gotten used to it. Feels very freeing to be in a studio situation where we're recording and I don't have to wear headphones. I feel like
Yeah.
they're very cumbersome. They're necessary, though, to make sure that the product sounds good. Guy.
I mean, it's a free product. Our audience sucks,
And I don't
so-
have to edit it, so I don't even know why I'm getting excited.
Yeah, and fuck.
It's
fuck
your
them.
problem.
I know it is.
I'm
my
trying to
problem.
help you, but
Don't worry about it.
all right, I'm not worried about it. So 10, we got award for NZ Maths Educator, Massey University, 17 July 2013. Archived from the original on 15 September 2013. I'm
All
going
right.
to keep going. Number 11, the Merga Career Research Medical PDF mathematics education Merga. That's what Merga stands for. Mathematics Education Research Group of Australasia.
I'm gonna get a Merga hat, a
Hell
red
yeah.
hat. It says Merga.
I'm gonna hopefully not catch MRSA. That would be bad.
Ooh, I'm gonna get a MRSA hat too.
Yeah, make Energizer rechargeable situation America.
How about Maha,
Make America healthy again. Shout out RFK Jr., hero
Yeah.
of the pod.
a hero of the pod? Can we make George Orwell a hero of the pod?
Sure, you can make
Okay.
George Orwell a hero of the pod. That's totally fine.
We'll add him to the list.
So anyway, 12, we got Hunter, Jody, Margaret, Roberta, 2007, developing early algebraic understanding in an inquiry classroom, master education thesis, Massey University, HDL 101793365.
External links: Glenda Anthony, publications indexed by Google Scholar. Glenda Anthony on LinkedIn.
Nice.
Institutional homepage. This biographical article.
And we ain't clicking on shit.
Oh, definitely not. This biographical article about a New Zealand academic is a stub. You can
Stub.
help Wikipedia by expanding it. We don't encourage you to
We
do it
don't. We
either.
won't. Fuck you.
All right. Last edited 8 months ago by Foyle Newt.
Foil Newt.
That's,
Right, and
that's
we got
pretty cool.
related articles. We got Margaret Walshaw.
Oh,
who's
she's got a
popular.
picture.
She's got a picture. Looking very pretty, lady.
Yeah.
Nice work, lady. Academic lady. New Zealand education academic. Then we got Bobby Hunter, New Zealand education research. Also a 10 out of 10 smoke show. Beautiful academic woman. And then we got Jody Hunter, New Zealand educated researcher.
Related? We don't
3
know.
for 3, 10 out of 10 smoke shows. Absolute babes. Teaching the youth, teaching people, doing academic studies, putting the work in, making sure that we as a group of humans are well educated, moving forward, using our brains to make society and the world a better place. Guy,
Yeah.
how do you feeling?
I mean, like, we did pretty good. Like, my back is, like, fine. I might need to stand up a little bit. I got
Yeah, let's do a little stretchy poo.
yeah, a little stretch thing.
Get a little stretchy poo going. Listener, I'm PJ.
I'm Guy.
Thank you for listening. Kidding. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Shut the fuck up. Listen to another
Shut up when I'm talking to you.
Shut
Shut up when I'm talking to you.
All right, bye.
Bye.